Hello, welcome to Thriving Career Moms weekly live series. I'm Sarah, and here at Thriving Career Moms, I believe that every ambitious mama deserves to live in harmony. I know from my own experience as a mom of a little one that it can feel frustrating and impossible to find a way to be a great mom to your kids and have a thriving career. But here at Thriving Career Moms, the goal is to help you get clarity in your career path, grow in confidence, and lead a calmer living in alignment with your own success terms so that you feel more fulfilled and have happier days with your family. So March is like the month of Women History Month, and we have also in it like International Women's Day. So I didn't want to have this like a month and without having an inspirational story from one of the mamas who really has like a story of patience and persistence in order to be able to juggle motherhood and have also a thriving career. So let me, today I will welcome Salwa Salam Cynthia, a mom of a 4-year-old. She moved to Berlin in 2014 after finishing her master's degree in Photonics and Space Engineering in Sweden, and then she welcomed her little boy to the world. After that, she started her journey in finding the right career for her. So let us welcome her today with us and hear more about her journey. Hi, Salwa. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. Hi.
I'm
I'm
so
good. I'm good.
excited.
How are you?
I'm so excited to have you today here.
I'm
Let us
excited too. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you also for accepting to be a guest. Um, yeah, so let us a little bit more about your journey before changing your career and how did you decide to also go to the tech field?
Okay, so thank you so much for this opportunity again. I don't know if you heard me before because there is some problem in the internet, I think.
Yeah.
So, however, as you said, I came to Berlin after finishing my master's in photonic engineering. Before that, I did my bachelor in Bangladesh in electrical engineering. So when I came to Berlin, I was so ambitious that I will work in the photonic engineering field. And I was working as a consultant and I was learning German language as well at the same time. But I was, at that time, I kept losing interest in the field I was working. And I felt that there is so much more I can do with my strength. But at that point, I was not so sure that what I want to do. Fast forward to 1 year, I got my son. Totally new phase started. We all know.
Yeah.
So when he was 2 months old, it was very hard time for me, like every other mom out there. And I was losing myself. The postpartum symptom was so real. I will not go detail on that. So one day, without any future plan, I started watching very simple coding videos from YouTube, and I started doing them. Back in my mind, it was helping me to find myself. So, a common scenario would be I'm holding my sleeping son on my left arm and I'm coding with my right hand. So, it was giving me much pleasure, but I didn't have any
Mm.
future plan at that time with
Ah.
tech. So,
So you
again,
were
fast forward.
interested. You were interested in coding. You felt interested in coding and started
Yes,
like
I felt
coding with
interested
us.
in coding at that time.
Yeah.
So again, fast forward 2 years when he started to go kindergarten, and it was time for me to go back to work. I sat with myself. I focused on what I want, and I had the answer that if I ever want to have a career transition, this is the time. So
Mm.
that is when I decided to jump on this journey.
Yeah. So you mentioned like you were doing consulting, but that when you had your son, like were you also working, or is it like there was a little bit an interruption from in your professional like Yeah, I mean, were you employed, for example, or not at that
Okay, so
time?
it was before giving birth. I was working as an electrical engineer consultant
Mm.
when I was at the same time learning German. When I gave birth to my son, till the date, like I joined my new current job, I was not employed.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what maybe made you rethink your career at that time and
Yes.
see if you are more interested in something else, which is the coding. How have you been maybe exposed to coding? Is it like because as electrical engineer you also were like doing some coding, or I mean, how did you go for coding? I mean.
Okay, so I had little bit of background in computer science from my bachelor in electrical engineering. So in my bachelor course, we had the option to do minor in any other faculty. For example, you can do minor in business, economics, computer science, anything else. So I chose computer science at that time. So I had that background there, and I remember that I liked coding at that time too.
Mm. Okay, nice. Can you share with us? So, once you decided to change your career and go into coding, and so, what are some of the challenges that you faced or obstacles, and how you overcame them?
Okay. So for me, there were two types of challenge, I would say. One was mental challenge, because after all those years of studying and working in a field, I am starting something new from zero. This statement itself was a big pressure on my head. Also, as a mom, when I had to work 12 to 13 hours for my boot camp, I had mom guilt too.
Mm.
Every mom can relate to it, I think. Physically, the challenges would be finding my time to focus on what I want. I remember during the last lockdown last year, I was working so hard at home so that I can manage time, 3 to 4 hours of time of uninterrupted work for myself to skill development, job application, everything. And you know definitely how hard it is with a toddler. As a mom, also I had moments like, for example, I had a coding challenge to submit, and my kid had fever at the same time, and he only wanted his mom. So there was moment that I was having him on my lap and I was solving those coding challenges. These were the challenges I faced. And lastly, COVID. It changes everyone's
Yeah,
life. I am not different. With a career gap due to childbirth, having no experience in tech field, not knowing the industry very well, and not having a lot of opening for the junior roles, it was quite a challenge at that time.
yeah, yeah. I can understand. Let's maybe dig deeper in the step where you had to overcome that. You are starting with in a new completely new field, different from your studies, where maybe you working. That specific challenge, I mean, I know because a lot of moms really struggle to let go of that studies and past and start new and fresh. Can you tell us how did you face that?
Yes, absolutely. At that time, I clearly remembered that there were so many pictures that was motivating me, and there were so many like motivational things was helping me a lot. So one thing that helped me, that I read somewhere, that sometimes if you want to move forward, you need to take a step back. Uh, it's very hard than said, but it helped me a lot that I need to take this step back to move forward from where I was, because this is what I want for myself, and this is what will make me happy in my career.
Nice. I love this. Thank you for sharing. Okay, and then like,
Yeah, you're welcome.
what about that? Then what helped you get into your really? get to stand out and get a place in the tech, because I know you recently were employed and got a contract offer after like the internship. And so, I mean, what helped you to then really start your journey as in the field?
Okay. So I am not sure what helped me. Probably I had my belief on myself that I will not stop. So I was trying every possible thing. I was going to meetups. I was being vocal in every platform, be it in the Slack channels for women in tech or tech people. I was vocal in LinkedIn. I was always consistently gaining skills, making my portfolio bigger. Also, from the people I met in LinkedIn, I was knocking them to mentor me. I got to know very wonderful people who are working in software industry in Berlin in more senior positions. So I was asking them for mentoring, for helping me. What else can I do? So these helped me, I think. Mostly the feeling that I will not give up. This helped me.
I know. Yeah, it's so I can like not being determined to not give up, but and then also reaching out to people in the field and not being afraid to ask, right? Yeah, that's what helped me also in my
Yes.
like career change. Like for you, did you ever face any moments of doubt, and what helped you overcome them? Did you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So I asked you,
No.
were there any moments of that, and how did you overcome them?
All right. So it's definitely a very perfect question at this situation. Absolutely, I had moments of doubt. I think it is very natural. To overcome any doubt or fight back the negative thoughts, there were a few things I was following. I still follow them. So I'm a fan of pen and paper. Writing down my thoughts always helped. It made my mind clear on what I want, why am I in this journey, what I want to achieve, and where do I want to see myself. Also, I surrounded myself with positive people who was encouraging me, and also I kept distance from people who was doubting on my actions. This was a huge lift up in my mental state, because those people who was giving me positive vibes, they were helping me become more resilient. Talking to people who are on the same boat or have been in the similar situation, it helped too. I stayed active on mom groups who are returning to work. That worked very well, as I got introduced to you through that,
Yeah,
where the Thriving Career Mom community had helped me a lot to fix my doubts, be persistent on my work, and keep moving forward.
yeah. Thank you. It
I
was a
remember
pleasure.
you telling me that every rejection is taking me closer to the right job.
Yeah,
So I
every
remember
no
that,
brings
and
me
that helped
closer
me.
to the right. Yes, yeah. That's
Yes,
one of
yes.
the affirmations that myself used. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, surrounding yourself with the right people, and yeah, thank you for sharing
Yes,
this.
so I'd like to mention another thing here, because when at some time I was doubting myself a lot. That am I wasting my time? Am I worth doing this? So at that time I was talking to you, and when you said this about affirmations, and I made myself an affirmation app. So I made that situation into a positive one, that I want to have some affirmations, and also I want to gain some skills in that programming language I was working, and also I want to make something new to my portfolio. So I made an affirmation app for myself, which I was going through every day in the morning.
Mm.
So these are the small steps that kept me moving.
Yeah, sometimes like these small little things who are like really make a difference in our lives. Yeah.
Mm.
you mentioned one of the things that I cannot miss here is like the mom guilt. Being taking the courses, or when you were following your professional goals, how were you juggling it with the guilt and motherhood? Can you say a little bit about it and how you overcome that guilt? That's guilt.
I again dropped your call. Are you talking about the mom guilt?
Yeah, exactly. My question about it. How do
Okay.
you face it?
Okay. I believe there is no one answer to this question. Having mom guilt is very normal. Not only when you are working on your career, also when you are concentrating on something else, it is very normal. So what I did is I used to read a lot of articles, a lot of parenting experiences actually from the moms who has older children than mine. Also, I read somewhere that children wants your like quality time. The quantity does not matter. So when I was doing my boot camp, I had to work 12 to 13 hours per day, and there was days that I had only 2 to 3 hours with my son, but I made sure that my priority would be him. I was giving him very quality time, doing everything possible with him in that small window. And I did not prioritize my home. Like, my home was messy. I did not cook for like long time. So it was helping a lot. So yeah, he was happy at that time. So that's I overcome my mom guilt.
Yeah, nice. You mentioned a point really here, like when you put some priorities up and then let go of the others. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any message that you want to say for mamas who want to change their careers, maybe to tech first and then maybe in general? I mean, do you have any advice for moms who want to move to tech or thinking about it?
Okay. Um, okay. I would definitely take this opportunity to say something to them. So, in general, I would say that career transition is not something that comes very easily, but it is definitely possible by anyone. So, if I could do it, anyone can do it. It's very important to stay happy from inside. So, I would suggest to have self care habits. Do what makes you happy, and a happy mom can achieve anything. Planning is an important key. Having a vision board on where do you want to see yourself, and write down the notes. Write down the notes that will take you close to your vision. It will help you a lot. And especially for the moms who are thinking a transition to tech, I would say that make yourself visible in groups, LinkedIn, Slack channels for tech women. There are online meetups which are super, super helpful. Be in a community that will help you to overcome the fear, overcome the doubt, and help you throughout the process. Keep coding. Small but regular steps will make a huge change. It is definitely overwhelming to manage home, increase skills, searching jobs all together, but believe in yourself that you will get there.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Salwa. Yeah, how can people maybe connect with you? Yeah, or if they have questions about moving to tech or something. Yeah, how can they connect with you?
Mhm. Okay, so I'll be glad to be help to any mom out there or any woman out there. So they can connect me via LinkedIn or Facebook. Perhaps you can share my LinkedIn
Yeah,
link or Facebook link.
yeah, sure, I can do that. Okay, thank you so much, Salwa, for being with us today. Yeah, you are really a true inspiration, and I'm really happy and proud of you as well. And yeah, I want to celebrate you with all the others and really applaud you for what you are doing. So allow me, please, to do that. Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity, because I hope whatever I said, it will help moms who are at a place where I was 2 years ago. I know the journey is not going to be easy, but I would say very loudly that it is not an impossible journey to make, and it is worth trying that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Salwa, and thank you for our listeners. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to connect with other moms and be supported and so, please feel free to join our Facebook group, and which I will share the link with how you connect with Salwa. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.